Kutztown Live. KUR's campus and community interest radio magazine. You can always be a part of Kutztown Live by giving us a call at 610-683-4859. And now, this is Kutztown Live. Kutztown Live. KUR's campus and community interest radio magazine. You can always be a part of Kutztown Live by giving us a call at 610-683-4859. And now, this is Kutztown Live.
Good afternoon. This is Lori D'Onofrio Galley, the Executive Director of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, and I'm today's guest host for a segment on Kutztown Live. Today I'll be interviewing Pam Gockley, who is the Executive Director of the Camel Project, a nonprofit here in Berks County. But before I tell you more about Pam, I just want to remind our listeners about some of the upcoming fall events at the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. Coming up this month in October, on Friday the 18th, we'll have our monthly breakfast meeting from 7:30 till 9 a.m. at the brand new Hampton Inn and Suites in Kutztown. We're very excited to get our members inside for a little bit of a tour of the new lodging here in our town. But also we have a wonderful program scheduled for that day, including a student recognition program. We'll have a nonprofit presentation by the Optimist Club. And our keynote presentation will be from the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center from Kutztown University. So that's what's coming up in October. And to stay current on all of our events, our networking activities, ribbon cuttings, programs, and special events, please visit our website at northeastberkschamber.com. You can also directly email me at ldg@northeastberkschamber.com. Today our guest, as I said, is Pam Gockley. And Pam, I met you more than 4 years ago when I started working at the Northeast Berks Chamber. And you were a member at that time, and you had a marketing business. And so we got to know each other well. But now in the ensuing years, you've started a nonprofit called the Camel Project. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and also your nonprofit endeavor?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's always good to come back to Kutztown University. Go Bears! Go Bears! I'm an alumni. I don't want to say what year I graduated, but, I've been in business. We started our company 23 years ago. And we've always been a marketing company, whether it be personal development for our clients or developing a marketing strategy for a product or service. And like I said, we've been doing that for 23 years. And there comes a point in your life where you have an epiphany and you really want to start doing what is a passion. And about 3 years ago, I discovered my passion and started developing this program called the Camel Project. And
now, what is the significance of the camel, Pam?
Well, you have to read the book. Not all camels are in the desert, Lori.
I better get a copy quickly.
Yeah, get a copy, Lori. But it's available on Amazon or thecamelproject.org,
okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
So I wrote my life story, and it was never really intended to be published, but I really encourage everybody to write their personal story, and it's not a vain thing or selfish thing. It's actually a very unselfish, giving project that your grandchildren or your great grandchildren will really know who you are and what you did and your thoughts, and you are sharing yourself with future generations. So I think it's one of the most unselfish things you can do.
Plus, you're, helping yourself process your own experiences.
Absolutely. We never take the time to, we put more time into buying a pair of shoes than we do for working on ourselves and reflecting and taking a deep breath. And all my yoga people will say, yes, you have to breathe, Pam. So in working on my story, the Camel Project is a endeavor of love and passion for helping kids and students who are dealing with some kind of trauma. And unfortunately, in this day and age, we have a lot of trauma going on, and our kids are growing up so fast. I call them Google kids, because, when you get your search, results, there's a million of them, and all you get is one line. And kids are so smart, but yet they don't have the depth or the maturity to deal with the adult problems that they have to or are forced to deal with. So the Camel Project was really started to develop programs to help communities come together to change a culture. We have a culture of violence. We just put my 23 years of marketing into what would be the best impact. So to get to your question, that was really a long answer. Camel was my nickname growing up, and it was not a term of endearment. So I was being bullied, and that was a negative word, and I decided to take that word back, and it is now a positive.
That's wonderful. That's great. And, even if somebody's just heard of the Camel Project, they weren't really sure about the mission or the purpose of the organization, you found some very creative ways to create platforms for the organization. For example, you have a very large caravan that I've seen personally, firsthand, out in the community at various events. Tell us about the caravan.
This is the Camel Caravan. It is a 40-foot RV. It is fully maintained, and it is a diesel engine. So I always say it's large, it's loud, it's obnoxious, and it's just like me. So we have a three-pronged approach. We have awareness, we have prevention, and then we have elimination of the aggressive learned behavior of bullying. So awareness comes in with the 40-foot RV. Companies are allowed to put ads on the sides of the bus to show support. I saw
a sponsor the other day.
Yep, to show support for the project and the community. It also helps pay for the $3.60 per gallon diesel fuel, and we get about 4 miles per gallon. So it also goes to help maintain and have the caravan out in the public to build awareness. We give out the orange bangles that say "Stop Bullying, I Care." We talk to parents. We have a list of 10 things you can do right now from your home that you can do to help curb this aggressive behavior and violence that we have in our communities.
Is that information available on your website?
It is. It's on the camelproject.org.
Now, you have this great outreach vehicle, this large caravan, but you also have a special event coming up. You have a gala on October 17th, and next week you have a special screening of a documentary at the Berks County Intermediate Unit. Why don't you tell us about those projects?
So the screening is the program that the Exeter Junior High is doing. And we went in, they invited us in, we saw the program, and I said if I had a school, that's what I would be doing through the Camel Project. It's a lot of experiential learning, so the kids are involved. They have to do things, they're challenged, and most of all, when we have our kids in school, they're in their heads all day. They're learning math, they're learning engineering, they're learning, technology, which is all good stuff, but there's no balance between that and the relationship building skills that the kids also need to be very effective and happy. So in order to, counter that, Exeter Junior High has implemented this program. I was so impressed. My team said, let's do a documentary, let's document it, let's show it. So I just got permission to actually submit that to a couple film festivals. It's that good. And because the Camel Project wants to show, we don't want to teach, the actual filming and the editing was done by the Exeter Senior High students. So they just had to put up with me for about 3 hours yelling at them while they were recording. But so that's going to be available to the public. We're having our screening on the 25th. And
yes, I'll be there.
You will be there.
Yes, I will. Now, what about the gala. Tell us about the gala. We already talked about the fact that it's on October 17th. What's involved in that event, and how can people purchase tickets?
It's going to be held at the Reading DoubleTree. The Hampton here wasn't open yet, so I get a pass on that.
That's right.
But it's about celebrating and recognizing schools or community youth organizations who are really doing innovative programs to combat the aggressive learned behavior or bullying. The Camel Project doesn't think it's the only program. There has to be multiple programs, and we need to work together to solve this issue. So you can get tickets on the camelproject.org. It is a gala. I'm in a dress-up mode right now, so we want you to dress up a little bit. And we are going to honor a school or community youth organization.
Oh, wonderful.
It starts at 5 and probably till like 9. We have a silent auction. We're, taking community or companies who want to submit baskets or donations. And then we'll have a silent auction as well. And it's just to celebrate and recognize. When I'm working with the BCIU, and I called them and I said, is there any organizations that does an award to celebrate what schools do? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, well, there is now. So we invite parents, we invite the kids. There's discounts for teachers or all educators. Students have discounted tickets. We actually have some donations where we have some free tickets that we can give away to a student that wants to come and be part of a community event to celebrate what our community has to offer.
Now, of course, you have a board of directors as a nonprofit. Do you also have volunteers? Are there ways that people can get involved in supporting the Camel Project as a volunteer?
Absolutely. We have, we were just talking about that. We're looking for new folks to come on the board. We have an advisory committee, which is a less amount of work. I don't ask too much of the board. I just ask them to be engaged. It's not like you are getting some boards you get a part-time job. So, and then also we need volunteers for the fundraisers, which includes our 5K, the Camel Trot. Mm-hmm. You notice this trend of camels.
I do see that. Yes.
And if you don't smile, then you're probably not going to fit into our group. But we need a fundraiser, and then we also are taking volunteers to help us out on the road when the Camel Caravan comes out, because we have different activities for the kids, and it's kind of getting hard for me to talk to parents and educators and have fun with the kids, and I tend just to start having fun with the kids and ignoring the adults, which is probably not good. So we have some volunteers come out, and it just is really, really helpful, and they get a great experience in being in that situation and having that discussion.
Okay, I guess we'll draw our interview to a close. Do you have any parting words, and could you give us the contact information again so that people can get involved in the Camel Project?
Sure. Our website is thecamelproject.org, and I always say, yes, it's hump day or one hump or two. Yes, that kind of camel. And, just call, send us an email, or you can give us a call. And, we just, our community theme is we can do better. And together we can do better. So
I know as a marketing professional, you're out there on all the social media platforms, so it's very easy to find information about your organization.
Thank you. Yeah, you really have to try not to see us out there. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam.
Stay tuned for more Kutztown Live up next.
This is Officer Riz from Reading Police Department. If you have your wipers on due to inclement weather, you must turn on your headlights. If you don't follow this law, you could be fined. So remember, wipers on, headlights on. It's the law. To learn more about traffic safety, visit justdrivepa.com.
Brought to you by PennDOT and this station.
The bench at the corner bus stop. That little settee by the beauty parlor. When your lungs can't get much air, you don't have the energy to walk far. So all over town, from the grocery store to the bank lobby, you've mapped out places where you can stop and catch your breath. Who wants to live like that? If you have a chronic cough, wheezing, or often feel short of breath, see your doctor and find out if it's COPD. With a simple breathing test called spirometry, your doctor can tell you for sure. The sooner you know, the sooner you can start breathing better and living more. Wouldn't it be wonderful to spend more time doing the things you love? and less time looking for a bench, settee, or chair. Learn more, breathe better at copd.nhlbi.nih.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Change a light bulb, save some green. Just replace traditional light bulbs with energy-efficient bulbs and fixtures. If you're like most people, 20% of your home electric bills go directly to lighting. Every light we switch to one bearing the government's Energy Star label uses at least 2/3 less energy than older bulbs. Such a light will save more than $30 in energy costs over its lifetime. Brighten your environmental future. From the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency.
Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. At 6 a.m., I make his breakfast. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. At 6 a.m., I make his breakfast. At 7 a.m., I shower. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m. to give Dad his medicine. At 6 a.m., I make his breakfast. At 7 a.m., I shower. I start laundry at 8. At 10, we go for a walk. Every day, I wake up at 5 a.m.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers for advice, tips, and support. Together, let's help each other better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Welcome back to Kutztown Live, where it is just me and not DJ Aaron B, because he's sick now, so he's not on today. But he's okay. He's just he's having some rest. But so this is going to be a shortened show today because of that and the fact that other than our interview with Lori today, we don't have any other guests. So I'll just be talking about some on and off campus events for this coming week. Today, there's a volleyball team, women's volleyball team versus Edinburgh at 7 p.m. in the Keystone Arena, as well as the first Friday sale, where you receive 20% off apparel and gifts at the Kutztown campus store, both online and in store, which is that's exactly what I like to hear, if I'm being honest. Now, tomorrow is the New York City trip with the university, and also some volleyball versus Gannon and some soccer versus Mansfield. And some more volleyball on Sunday, actually, with versus Mercyhurst. On Monday, there will be the President's Open Hour, where students are invited to stop by President Hawkinson's office, which is Stratton 303, from 3:30 to 4:30. And the President Hawkinson welcomes thoughts, concerns, and suggestions regarding KU. Call 610-683-4101 to RSVP for this. Also, later that day, 5:30 p.m., there will be Walks with Winnie, which is having a walk with the President's dog. And participants are welcome to bring their own dogs. The Kutztown Orchestra concert is Tuesday at 7:30 in Schaefer Auditorium, and that is free. The works include Greifs, Frazier, and Constantinides, with soloist Alejandro Ortega on the violin and Kim Webster on the oboe. And tuberculosis testing will also be going on Tuesday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you must return October 10th at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. for results. Your ID is required, and it is a $10 fee charged for your KU account. So there's also a pizza party on Wednesday for midterms and the Rohrbach Library, where KUAB invites you to have some pizza since the semester is halfway over. I've drawn the newsletter to a close, so I think it's about time to cut to a break, I guess. Maybe.
Hey, it's your friendly producer here. I actually have one or two things here that might be quite interesting here, coming from the commuter side of things. Coming up on the 19th of October, there's actually going to be a trip to Washington, D.C. that they're going to have tickets going up for. Ticket sales are going to be on... Well, actually, they kind of missed the sales, unfortunately. But for anyone who did get them, just a reminder. Got that coming up on the 11th. And a few other places here. The 24th, they're going to be showing... they're going to have Wild 'N Out over at the Schaefer Auditorium with Rip Michaels and Hitman Holla from the MTV show for that fun little event. And since I can't see any pricing here, I'd assume that's a nice free show for everyone.
Yeah, probably.
Other than that, there is a bonfire from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the 25th. That's done by Sigma Lambda Beta. It's going to be apparently s'mores and root beer pong. $5 per team for that. Otherwise, feel free to drop by. And everyone's favorite thing to do, lip sync battle, brought to you by Zeta Tau Alpha. It's going to be on Schaefer Auditorium at 7 p.m. on the 28th. So I'd say we've got some pretty fun events coming up.
Yeah, I'd say the coming week is pretty packed with some good events.
That I would.
Well, now we'll cut to a break, and we'll be back to discuss more about Kutztown and the surrounding area, and then we'll be coming off the air for today. As I said, it is a shortened show today. The radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you, it's me, your heart. Listen to me. We've got to talk. High blood pressure is serious, and yours? Whoa. What happened to us? We used to be so much more active. But lately you've been ignoring me. I know you think I'm just gonna keep ticking away forever, but you're wrong. You can do so much more to control your high blood pressure. Doing the minimum isn't doing enough. I'm under a lot of pressure and can quit whenever I want. Bet you didn't know that. But I like my job. Just treat me better. Check on me. Give me something green to nibble on every once in a while. And maybe we can do some exercise on occasion. Let's get to it. After all, we're in this together.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
This is Foreign Languages Made Easy. Speaking and understanding teenager.
Phrase 1.
There were stacks of heads chiseling in the heezy.
Translation.
There were many people relaxing in the house.
Phrase 2.
His whip is a janky hoopty.
Translation.
His automobile is less than desirable.
You may not understand your kids, but they understand you. Talk to them about drugs. Need help? Get help. Visit drugfree.org.
Partnership for a Drug-Free America and Drug-Free Pennsylvania.
Comfort Keepers is hiring. Full-time positions include healthcare benefits. If you are a caring person who enjoys working one-on-one with seniors, we want to meet you. Join the Comfort Keepers team of award-winning professional caregivers. Paid training, paid travel time, mileage reimbursement, competitive starting pay, and opportunities for advancement are offered. Complete an application online. Just Google Comfort Keepers Berks County.
Local news on your news leader here in northeastern Berks County. My name is Madison. In the news today, Kevin McCloskey, professor of communication design, has been awarded the 2019 Arthur and Isabel Weissenberger Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching. The award, given annually, is presented to a faculty member who has demonstrated outstanding teaching skills and service to Kutztown University. McCloskey.
The radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Welcome back to Kutztown Live with just me, Josh from the Musical Morgue, and as I said earlier, today is a shortened episode of Kutztown Live because of a lack of guests scheduled and DJ Aaron B's illness. So we're coming to a close here today, and just tune into all our other lovely programming throughout the week. The Musical Morgue tonight and the Monday block, as with everything else. This has been Kutztown Live, the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.